Hi, my name is Dylan Wechsler, and I'm extremely excited to join the Mid-City Cosmos as the Director of Marketing.
And my name is Max Korn, and I'm very excited to be your new Director of Ticket Sales in the Mid-City Cosmos.
As I join our management team for our inaugural season, there is one thing that I believe is super important to build the foundations of all of our future marketing endeavors, and that is our target market. Yet, we can even break target market down into two things. Who is our primary target market, and who is our secondary target market? I believe that our primary target market are fans of the Mid-City Galaxy. Going to a Mid-City Galaxy game is unlike anything else. Both of us agree that that sense of community when they score a goal is astronomical, and those fans will want to carry that over into the Mid-City Cosmos. Yet we can even move forward into a secondary target market. We believe this is where we have the chance to really set ourselves above the standards, create ticket sales unlike seen in the industry. We believe that our secondary target market is just the general 2 million people that live in Mid-City. If we can get even half of that, 1 million people, to be fans of the Mid-City Cosmos, that would be awesome, boosting ticket sales to unseen levels in the industry. And that is why we believe they are one of the most important people to advertise to.
One important statistic we have when advertising to our secondary target market is that 14% of Americans are fans of women's soccer, whereas 40% of Americans are fans of men's soccer. That means that most of our secondary target market are not soccer fans, which means we'll have to use new and unique ways of advertising through communication methods such as billboards, social media and micro-influencers, and local advertising. Starting with billboards, we can have billboards all over the city featuring new exciting logos, colors, especially red and blue, and gold, and also many other promotions that can be very appealing to many people who aren't already soccer fans and might want to come check out our games and buy tickets. Next, we begin at social media. We can approach a more younger audience, and that can be through the use of Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, TikTok, and other apps. And we believe that through these apps, we can advertise to a more broader appealed audience who might not even know about the Mid-City Cosmos and might want to come to a game as soon as see our color logos and exciting features.
Overall, we believe that incorporating all these things and creating specific marketing strategies can really help boost our team's image. Yet we can use the colors that my colleague mentioned, such as red, blue, and gold, which has statistically been shown time and time again to have a stronger success in the retail industry. If we use these colors, create a really appealing jersey that kids, teens, and adults will love to wear around Mid-City, and even teens and kids in school, this can really help boost word-of-mouth marketing, even indirectly, because people see these jerseys, really like them, recognize the team, and then want to go to the games to support the team.
Also, another important thing to consider online through the use of micro-influencers. We believe that using micro-influencers, while they might be a small group of people, have a huge impact on people's decisions on what they do, where they go. And with these new merchandise, jerseys, designs, and micro-influencers, we believe that all combined can make people fans of the team they wouldn't have already thought to be fans of before.
Yeah, so we believe that using micro-influencers has shown time and time again that they are relatively cheap, but also super effective. So again, as my colleague mentioned, just using those, incorporating those can really help boost ticket sales. Another thing we can do is use leverage from the men's team. The men's team has shown great success, and in previous years, they were even able to sign a contract with a retail giant, Under Armour. If we use Under Armour and reach out to them and say, hey, Mid-City's having this new team, the Mid-City Cosmos, we would love to work with you. And if they agree, that would be huge for our team. Under Armour is a retail giant. And although it's not directly comparable, they have had great success with the Golden State Warriors, bringing that team to new successes and championships. So if we can use our leverage from the men's team, that can be huge for us.
Also, what good is all this advertising and marketing if we don't have a plan to build a fan base? And we believe the first step to building a fan base is to make our own new traditions, such as chants, cheers, and other things in the stadium that can make a wider range of community interaction and make people want to come back and see games every single time. Things such as new cheers could be very cool for the community, and they can even promote them online and through other means that can be very huge for word-of-mouth advertising and building of our fan base and our team.
Yeah, so now that we've mentioned all these things, let's just get into the nitty-gritty of it. So we believe that incorporating all these things can really help build strong marketing plans. But you may ask, what is a marketing plan? Well, as the director of marketing, I'm here to tell you that. A marketing plan is basically just planning out in the future, ways that you can look, days and the months and the years ahead and create a really strong plan so you know if this works, we're going to go with that. If this doesn't work, we're going to go with that. Really just set up to create the foremost success in marketing.
An important part of using marketing plans is understanding what a market really is. And a market is who you're trying to advertise to and who you're trying to promote to. So a big part of a marketing plan is using market identification. You can't know who you're going to advertise to unless you know your audience. You need to know who's coming to these games, who's promoting these games. And identifying your market could be a huge important factor in promoting effectively and selling tickets overall for the Mid-City Cosmos.
Yeah, it's also really important to understand market strategies. Market strategies involve things such as market identification and target market. If we can have different marketing strategies in place, as we mentioned before, that can help us have a strategic advantage on top of our competitors. Also, another huge marketing strategy is the use of surveys. If we can use surveys to understand our demographics and sociographics of our target market, that can help us have a huge leg up on our competitors.
As my colleague said, we believe marketing strategies are very important, and also using elements of the promotional mix could be a huge factor
For sure.
in growing our audience. Also, another important part is the use of situation analysis. We need to know if things are changing and if demographics shift. If we see that people aren't buying tickets because of something happening online or even in the city, we need to know, and we need to bounce back with a new plan of action, a new marketing plan, and a new way of advertising. We believe that this affects the marketing planning process because we need to be ready for all different kinds of problems and all different things that come up. And we really have no idea what can come next. So as demographics shifts, we need to be ready for that kind of action.
Yes, situational analysis is really just a way to react fast. You need to be ready for changes, such as 2020, March 2020. Looking back, no one could have ever predicted COVID. But with situational analysis, we wouldn't be able to predict COVID or something like that, but we'd be ready for it. The team goes under, sports went under, we still need to be able to market the team so when it comes back, our fans will come back as well. It's also really important to identify communicational channels that can be used in sales promotion. As we mentioned before, something like this could just be micro-influencers. As we mentioned before, micro-influencers have had huge successes in the industry, boosting profits to new levels. And like I mentioned before, they're cheap but also super effective.
Another huge communication channel that we haven't really touched on yet is the use of local advertising through local businesses. We believe if we promote with similar promotions with the men's team, we believe that can approach a wide, broader base of fans and a wider base of people who might want to come see our games. And it also puts a good image for our team if they see we're supporting local and small businesses, if we advertise with those businesses and work together.
It is also super important that we use all these factors in building a clientele. Building a clientele will really help build those people that are going to eventually become our season ticket holders, buy bench seats, buy box seats, really just building that clientele so we know that no matter what, the team's record, the team's standings, how they're performing, people will come back and support that. Because even based on the team's success and the management, but we'll leave that to the general managers of the team, but we need to make sure that we build a clientele. And some ways we can do this is to use the marketing channels to just really incorporate different factors in building this.
We also believe a huge way to build a clientele is have new promotions that appear and disappear very quickly that adds a new level of risk and reward. We believe having things like having tickets go on sale on certain websites or even using different platforms to sell tickets, promotional codes could be a huge part in building a clientele. And we believe that it can appeal to a wider base of an audience that they might want to get in on some of these great deals that they wouldn't have already had a chance to get into before.
Yeah, also, as my colleague mentioned before, really using special events. We can have things such as a jersey giveaway, a hat giveaway, so when they come to the game, we've seen time and time again in industries such as the MLB, the NHL, the NFL, that the first 10,000 people to come will get a free jersey, a free scarf, and just really build that clientele so people come back time and time again.
One other important factor we need to consider is the motivational theories that impact our buying behavior. And we believe people will buy things based on what we know and how we advertise. If we advertise something as a very appealing deal, like if we say, oh, it's a really great deal, people are going to be more inclined to buy it. That's why a very big part of advertising is the use of product bundling. If we say, oh, we're going to bundle these things together, it's a better deal, more people are going to be more likely to buy a bundle for something.
Definitely. It's also really important that we understand motivational theories because although we're a new team, people necessarily might not want to pay that much for ticket sales, especially during COVID everyone has been financially struggling. So motivational theories that we can use is, for this season, just lowering our ticket prices just a little bit. We can use price penetration to come into this industry at a low point. People come to the games, understand that this is a great community to be part of, and just really build those motivational theories and understand the theories of why people buy tickets and different merchandises.
And this all impacts buying behavior, because the more we advertise in a timely fashion, and the more we advertise to appeal people that we wouldn't have already appealed for, the more tickets we're going to sell overall, and the more appealing our games are going to look. Overall, we are very excited to be working with you, and we are very happy to be joining your team. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. We look forward to working with you in the future.